Welcome, my friend. Today I have a practice for you that's going to focus on the health of your lower back, helping to relieve tension and tightness. Having lower back pain affects your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. So I encourage you to use this practice to give you a little openness and relief, strength and flexibility in your low back. If any of the poses we practice today cause any pain, please don't push through the pain. Listen and honor what your body is telling you and back off. Over time and with nurturing, your back will thank you. All right, hop into something comfy and I'll meet you seated on the mat. I invite you to close your eyes. Let's take a moment here to allow your mind to join us on the mat, letting thoughts float away of what happened earlier in the day or what's ahead. Just watch them float away like clouds in the sky. Be here on the mat with your body and with your breath. Okay, open your eyes and bring your legs in front of you, your knees bent, soles of feet to the mat. Place your feet hip-width apart, aligning your knees with your ankles. Feel ground in the soles of your feet and in your sits bones. Bring your hands to grasp your thighs, breathe in, bring your shoulder heads up and back, reaching your heart forward. And then breathe out as you slowly send your heart forward, your chest forward, and drape over the tops of your thighs, relaxing weight of head over. You might clasp opposite elbows here. Once you're folded over, notice if your knees are coming in or out and try to keep them nice and straight lines. Begin to direct your breath into the space of your low back. This should feel really good. Scan your body, notice any areas you are clenching, and relax with each exhale. Notice the power of your breath. Relax palms to the mat. Tuck your chin and slowly begin to press yourself up with love. Your head and neck will be the last to rise. Take a deep breath in here, your head over your heart over your pelvis, and exhale your hands coming behind the thighs. We're going to lean back and lift the shins, your toes up parallel to the sky. We're connecting to a little core stability, working for some release and prevention care for your lower back. Breathing deeply. This is boat pose. You can extend your arms long if you wish. Take one more breath, you got it. Beautiful, and slowly release the soles of your feet to the mat. We'll connect with our core stability once more, so breathe in, finding length in your spine, and extend your arms long in front of you. Without rounding in your spine, exhale and begin to lean your torso back. Feel your core engage, and then breathe in, rise back up. We'll take this about 4 more times. Exhale, lean back, breathe in and rise. Exhaling your torso back. Breathe in, reach forward. Exhale, lean back, feeling as your core engages, and then breathe in, come forward. Last one. On your exhale, lean back, and this time lower your torso slowly to the mat. Once you have arrived, keep your knees bent, your feet hip-width apart. We're going to take a few pelvic tilts. So these are subtle spine movements that strengthen the support muscles around the low back, especially the abdominal. So breathe in, and on your exhale, gently rock your hips towards your head. So visualize your hip points rocking towards your head. Your abs drop to your back. As you do this, you'll feel your low back presses into the mat. Hold it for a few breaths, and then we'll release on your inhale. Go ahead and close your eyes, connect with your hips and your pelvic region, and take a few rounds at your own pace. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale as your hips rock towards your head, and inhale to release. We want the movement to come from your hips and not your booty, and try not to flex your booty too much. Let the movement come from your core and your pelvic region. You can help to make sure to kind of put your hands on your booty and feel it to help remind it to relax and release. All right, nice, subtle work, my friends. Take your hands and bring them to your kneecaps, and we'll begin to draw big circles with your knees. Do this super slowly. I love this one as it provides an awesome feel-good massage in the low back. Take it slow. Your navel draws to the spine as you make these circles. Feel the massage move from the right side of your low back to the left side. I even enjoy making the circles so big that the opposite hip rises off the mat a little bit, applying a deeper massage to the lower back that's connected to the ground. Switch directions. Enjoy this subtle movement and release. Next time your knees come to center, we'll begin to do individual circles with our knees. So your big toes will kiss. This will take the movement into your hip joints, but still feel that subtle massage in your low back. Switch the directions of your circles. Marry your breath with the movement. Feel the length of your spine connected and grounded to the earth beneath you, lengthening the back of your neck, creating a full body experience. Alright, go ahead and give yourself a big old hug, hugging knees into chest. And release your left sole of foot to the mat. Your right leg extends to the sky with a micro bend in your knee. Go ahead and interlace your fingers behind the thigh. We're warming up a little. You can take a few ankle circles, maybe flexing your foot, bending it back and forth. Make sure you're getting into your toes as you do this. Begin to flex your right foot, sole of foot to the sky. And if your body is open to it, begin to straighten your leg. Your tailbone scoops up, lengthening the low back. Drawing your leg closer to you if it's possible. If you have a yoga strap, you can use that here too. Notice any sensations. One more breath. Take your right ankle and cross it over the top of your left thigh. And we'll take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. Bring awareness into your feet as you flex them. Left shin becomes parallel with the mat. Your right thigh presses away. Notice how your low back feels. Maintain that length by scooping the tailbone. Your chin slightly tucked, lengthening the back of your neck. You can stay here or play around with a little and extend your left leg, or you could press your right elbow into your right thigh to help open the right thigh a little bit more. Big breath in, and exhale to slowly release and unravel your right sole of foot coming to the mat. Let's switch your legs. Left sole of foot comes to the sky, a micro bend in your knee to help warm it up. Interlace your fingers behind your thigh. Take a few ankle circles, getting into your toes, and switch directions. Begin to flex your left foot, sole of foot to the sky. And if your body's open to it, go ahead and begin to straighten your leg. Remember to scoop your tailbone to help lengthen your low back. Draw your leg closer to you. And if you used a yoga strap on the other side, go ahead and use it on this one. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale, take your left ankle and cross it over the top of your right thigh. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. Bring awareness into your feet. Keep them both flexed. Your right shin becomes parallel with the mat. Your left thigh presses away. Notice how your low back feels. Maintain length by scooping the tailbone up. You can stay here or play around a little by extending your leg or pressing your elbow into your thigh to help open it up. Breathe into the right hip. Relax in the shoulders. A nice hamstring stretch, finding the connection from the hip to your heel. And exhale to slowly relax and unravel your left sole of foot coming to the mat. And your hands grab the outside of your feet and rock and roll back and forth a few times. A nice spinal massage, connecting with a playful energy here. My surface was pretty bumpy and not a good spot for this, so I took this as a timeout to put my hair up because it was a toasty day outside. When you feel ready, let's meet on all fours, stacking your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hip points, tops of feet pressing into the mat, fingers spread wide, and then press away. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhale, begin to drop your belly and open the heart. Your tailbone reaches up towards the sky. Notice the pelvic tilt. Exhale, starting with the tailbone, begin to round it under, lengthening the tailbone towards the ground. Nice and slow here. Resist the urge to rush. Awesome. All right, let's keep it going. Inhale, starting at your tailbone, reach up towards the sky. Lots of space in your spine, nice and slow. And on your exhale, begin to round and lengthen your tailbone to the ground, rounding in your spine. Let's take one more set at your own pace, nice and slow, connecting with the movement in your spine and connecting with the sound of your breath. All right, let's take one more, but this time when your tailbone reaches to the sky, press your side body to the right, kind of like a crescent moon. Then we'll do it to the left, come back to center, and then slide it back, and then slide forward. All right, let's come to center and begin to round your tailbone, lengthen it to the mat, your top of head to the mat, press your side body to the right, and then to the left, to the center. Step your right foot forward in between your hands to the top of the mat. And really make sure that your knee is directly over the top of your ankle. We're going to be here in low lunge for several breaths. Let your pelvis be heavy. Very often, our low back tension is caused by tightness in the hip flexors, tightness at the front of the thigh, which can happen if we spend a lot of our time sitting throughout the day, so constantly flexing the hip flexors. So we want to open and extend them. Go ahead and relax your shoulders down and away from your ears, and just breathe here. We'll start to ease our way out of this pose. Tuck your back toes and press yourself up. Your palms come to the mat and step your front foot to meet the back. Press your hips up to down dog. Big breath in, extending your right leg to the sky. And on the exhale, we're going to slowly draw the right knee through center for one leg pigeon, your right knee behind your right wrist. Extend your left leg a little bit further back. You're welcome to stay up high and hold the pose here, or you can fold forward. If you fold forward with me, to help the focus remain in your hips and low back, I invite you to make a little diamond shape with your hands to rest your forehead on, so we're not stretching the shoulders. And return to your breath. Bring your palms under your shoulders and slowly press your way up. Tuck your back toes and press hips up to down dog. While you're here in down dog, take any feel-good moves to help balance the hips out. And while you do this, notice how your right hip feels compared to your left hip after those two juicy hip openers. Take a generous bend in both your knees and use that momentum to wave your spine forward, coming into plank pose. From here, we'll shift our weight forward, hug your elbows in along the side body, and slowly lower in one line to the mat. Your toes point back. We're going to come into a baby cobra. So inhale, your chin and chest lift up. We're here for 3 breaths. Keep pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. No need to look up too high. Stay long in the neck. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Lift your elbows. Lengthen your tailbone to your heels, flattening the lower back. And then exhale, release your forehead to the mat. Big breath in and exhale out your mouth. We'll take this one more time. So extend through your legs and inhale to lift. 3 breaths here. Press into the legs. Lengthen your tailbone to your heels. One more breath. Breathe in and exhale, release. Bring your palms under the shoulders. Press back into your child's pose. Your big toes kiss and knees as wide as the mat. Make that diamond shape with your hands once more to rest your forehead on to keep the focus on the low back. I invite you to try another version of child's pose to see if this invites more openness in your back along your vertebrae. So we'll bring your knees in line with your hips, your forehead rests to the mat, and your arms reach back alongside your body, and your shoulders relax. This is a nice pose to direct your inhales to the space of your low back as you breathe in, filling it up side to side and front to back. And as you exhale, imagine any tightness, tension, or pain you may have been feeling. Imagine it leaving that area with your exhales. Let's bring your palms to the mat, sliding them under your shoulders, and slowly press yourself up, one vertebrae at a time, letting the head and neck be the last to rise. Once you rise, spread a soft smile across your face. Beautiful. Let's make our way to tabletop pose once again so we can take it to the other side. Your wrists stack under your shoulders and your knees under your hip points. Reach the crown of your head forward as your tailbone lengthens back. Let's step your left foot through between your hands to the top of the mat. And we'll really make sure that your knee is directly over the top of your ankle. Let your hips melt forward and down. Draw your shoulder blades down your back so the chest lifts, so you're not rounding through the upper body and back. Finding length in your waist. Press into your fingertips and knuckles to take the weight off of your wrists. And find your breath once more on this side. We'll start to ease our way out of this pose. Tuck your back toes and press yourself up. Your palms come to the mat and step your front foot to meet the back. Press your hips up to down dog. Take a deep breath in as you extend your left leg to the sky. And on your exhale, we're slowly drawing the left knee through center. For our one-leg pigeon, we'll place your left knee behind your left wrist. Extend your right leg a little bit farther back. Try to square off your hips so your weight is evenly distributed in both your hips. You can fold forward from here or choose to stay up if that feels better. You may find that one hip is tighter than the other, so you may be doing a little bit of a different thing here. If you are folding forward, remember that diamond shape with your hands to rest your forehead on. And return to your breath. Bring your palms under your shoulders and slowly press your way up. Tuck your back toes and press your hips up to down dog. Take any feel-good movements in our down dog. This is the last down dog of our flow today, so just take any feel-good movements, move intuitively. You can take the time to notice how your right hip and your left hip feel. Settle into stillness, your heels sinking to the mat, your chest reaching to your thighs. We'll slowly begin to walk your feet forward to meet your hands, coming into a forward fold. Your feet hip-width apart. Feel grounded in all four corners of your feet, rooting them into the earth. Take a generous bend in your knees so your upper body kisses your thighs. Feel the tilt in your pelvis as your tailbone lengthens to the ground. And we'll super slowly, like you're moving through honey, roll up as if you're stacking one vertebra on top of the next. Let your arms and head dangle. Roll up nice and slow. Slowly stacking your heart over your pelvis and then your head over your heart. Once you're standing tall, take a moment to feel the effects of the inversion. Okay, go ahead and tuck your chin to your chest as you slowly, like you're moving through honey, roll back down. The journey back down is my favorite, feeling the subtle shifts in each area of the body as they release and melt forward. The weight of your head to your shoulders releasing and weighing heavy, arms dangling. We'll do this one more time, walking through it at your own pace so you can connect with your body and enjoy the experience. So begin with that generous bend, bringing your belly to your thighs and slowly roll up. Once you arrive back in your forward fold, go ahead and heel till your feet as wide as the mat. We'll clasp opposite elbows, keep a bend in your knees, and let yourself hang over your legs. It's important to keep your legs bent as we are not looking to stretch the hamstrings with this one, but we want a bend so we contraction out of the low back. Let your head dangle, your neck relax. Just 10 breaths here. Release your fingertips down to the ground. We'll take Mulasana next, the yogi squat. So turn your heels in slightly and toes point out. And very slowly start to bend into your knees as you lower your hips. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center as you press your knees open a little wider. Great pose for the low back. See if you can lengthen the crown of your head up to help prevent rounding or slouching forward. Breathe all the way down your low back. Release your hands to the mat, one in front, one behind, and lower yourself to the mat. Extend your legs in front of you and just let them be limp like noodles, releasing any muscles. Your feet completely relax, maybe even splaying open. You can also sit up on a pillow here if you find your upper body's leaning back in space. The pillow will help you to tip forward with a little more ease. So welcome ease into this pose. We're going to dip your chin into your chest and round forward. Palms rest at your side, face up to the sky. They can be around the knee joint, but try not to go past that because we want to prevent you from reaching forward at all. Close your eyes and scan along your spine. You could feel it from your neck all the way down to your tailbone, anywhere along there. I notice if I do this first thing in the morning, I feel this stretch very intensely where my neck and shoulders meet. But if I do it midday, I feel it more mid-spine. So wherever you feel it is okay. Just connect and observe the sensations. Let's find complete stillness in your body. Really release the head forward, letting your chin dip to your chest. Let your head be like dead weight. Spine is very rounded. Begin to deepen your breath, breathing in and out your nose. Flip your palms down to the mat. With your head weighing heavy, begin to walk your hands back towards your hips, slowly stacking vertebra on top of vertebra. Your head will be the last to rise. Once you're up, spread a soft smile across your face, my friend. That was lovely. Let's take a counter pose. So place your hands behind your back, your soles of feet to the mat with knees bent, and we'll press our hips up into a reverse tabletop pose. Make your way to lying on your back. Our last pose will be a twist. So your left leg long, right knee hugs into chest. Gentle squeeze. Let's take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, cross your bent knee over your body to the left side. Right arm extends to the side. Your left hand can rest on your left thigh, gently taking the twist a little deeper. Great spinal twist here. Staying with your breath, listening to your body. Deep breath in and exhale. Begin to unwind, coming to center. Gentle squeeze and extend your leg long. Bring your left knee into chest. Gently squeeze it in. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, begin to cross it over your body to the right side. Left arm extends to the side. Your right hand can rest on your right thigh, taking the twist a little deeper. Stay with your breath. Begin to unwind, come to center, gentle squeeze, and extend your leg long. We're moving into Shavasana. Draw your shoulders down and away from your ears. Before you settle into complete stillness, go ahead and bend into your knees, press your soles of feet into the mat, and lift your hips off. Then we'll slowly lower our vertebrae, one at a time, top to bottom, lengthening and extending our low back. Get yourself as comfortable as you can, taking these last few moments of stillness and silence to tend to your low back. Begin to breathe a little bit deeper, waking up from the pose, moving in any way that feels good. Roll over to your right side. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a long exhale out your nose. With your eyes closed and attention remaining inward, make your way to a comfortable seated position. Sit up nice and tall, hands rest wherever is comfortable, and just notice if your low back feels different now compared to when we first arrived on the mat together. Take a big, beautiful breath in of love and light as you reach your arms to the sky. Palms kiss and lower prayer at heart center. Bring your hands to your forehead, setting an intention to stay present and mindful of our thoughts, of ourselves and of others. Hand lower to your mouth, setting an intention to stay present and mindful as you nourish our body. And hands lower to prayer at heart, setting an intention to stay present and mindful of our actions, acting in love and kindness. Begin to rub your palms together. Feel the warmth you're creating in your palms. And slowly bat your eyes open, taking in the color of your environment. Sending you lots of love and light. I can't wait to see you again. Namaste. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe to my channel to help support free yoga online and share the love of yoga. I'm dedicating the month of May to busy bees like me with my Mindful Minute May mornings. So each morning I'm emailing a simple 1-minute mindful exercise to empty your mind and find some much needed calm amidst the madness of your hectic days. So each exercise will take very little effort and can be done pretty much right then and there. So consider this your personal invitation to get this free mindful minute in May by visiting the link in the description.